Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
Happy Tuesday to you, everybody. I hope you are doing well and have been enjoying our nice cooler day as we have seen less wind out there, even though we've been seeing a few breaks of sunshine again. But again, most areas are going to remain variably to mostly cloudy this afternoon. So you may see a few breaks of sunshine, but most likely you'll mostly see the overcast skies continue to filter in. Of course, we do have a lot of cloud cover over ahead of us, several thousand feet up. We have a pretty much a setup coming up for the week of the potential for some severe weather. We'll talk about that as we get closer to that. Temperatures tonight staying near the average low, right around 45 degrees this evening, with again overcast skies overnight. Again, not a hard freeze expected, but not going to be as cold as it was earlier this morning, as you knew that it was pretty chilly to say out there. Tomorrow we'll see again a very similar setup to the day as for our Tuesday, but however, though, we'll see our temperatures warm up a little bit, hopefully in the afternoon, our highs getting back in the low to mid 60s. So we're running a few degrees above the average 30-year high for this time of the year. Just keep that in mind. There'll be a south breeze out of the 5 to 10 miles per hour also. So once again, above average. Variably cloudy. Again, we may see a few breaks in the clouds tomorrow, but other than that, I'm not expecting a plentiful sunny day in the making. Here are some area-wide temperatures. Again, we'll be seeing 63 is the warm spot in the city. Once again, you may see cooler weather, as I discussed earlier last week. Some of our sensors are not exactly where they say they are. So once again, your home thermometer may say something a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler, just depending on where you are. Again, I always talk about our folks here at Meadow-Sedan. Oh, by the way, it's beautiful out there. If you have not had the opportunity to take a drive through Levers Leap, I'd highly advise you to do that. Again, I always joke about our France are always cooler because they are in a much of a valley range out there and more mountainous here. Again, Patrick Springs, Fancy Gap, you know, the 81X, that's 77 out towards that area. So of course, that is always, you know, a beautiful place to visit, always during the fall too. So if you haven't had any plans just yet, go and take a drive up through parts of the parkway. It runs right through here. Patrick County, of course, 57 as well, seeing a lot of that. 60 there outside of Ferrum. Also part of that area, the Blue Ridge Mountains and the parkway runs right along 40. I think it's right around here somewhere. You kind of see those on the map again, 61 outside of Rocky Mount there. So most of our data, again, our sensors, depending on where you are, your home thermometers may say cooler, may say warmer, just depending on where exactly you live. So that's pretty much the data that we get from the Weather Service and, of course, our in-house computer models. Now, I want to talk about our severe weather threat. This is not for us. I want to keep in mind this is for Wednesday. And let me talk about these color codes here. You see them down right here, the probability of percentages. This is a significant threat of high winds. Right here is about a 45% chance. You can't see this is Alabama, Mississippi, parts of the panhandle of Florida also in this scenario. They could possibly see a damaging wind concern outside of there. There's Memphis somewhere right around here. You can't really see because of the color coding there, but you kind of see there the percentages of what the probability of wind is likely. However, though, this is rarely ever issued. There's a 45% chance of wind. Again, I think the tornado threat's right around a 15 to 25% at this central part of the Mississippi, Alabama area. So if you have folks down here, let them know that they're going to see the chance of severe weather, and you might want to check out and make sure they're going to be doing this. Again, this is Wednesday's outlook. We're not in this yet, but again, it's kind of rare that we get these color codes way down this far up in the percentage range of how high the probability of seeing some damaging winds and hail even with these storms. So that is for Wednesday, and here's the same system that's moving through our area on Thursday. Now, keep in mind that this will probably change again. This is the entire mid-Atlantic as far up as Vermont and New Hampshire down to Florida. Same spots that we're going to see that weather, severe weather for tomorrow will be on the latter half of this. However, though, this is the high probability range of what we'll see. Excuse me. A lot of those darker green colors, basically meaning a marginal risk of severe weather. We're right here on the very slim line of slight to marginal risk. However, though, this could possibly go higher as we get closer to our Wednesday. The main concern, again, is going to be those gusty winds, and it's going to be heavy rain. The high winds on top of that will possibly create a chance of some rotation. So the tornado threat is not zero, but it's not low. I mean, it's not high either. Let me put that. It's low, but not high. And again, a chance of a tornado is zero, because anytime you do get these storms, as you saw on the Wednesday map for here, that same complex of storms fronts coming through our area, giving a folks down towards Alabama, Georgia, southern South Carolina there, outside of the Chesapeake, Virginia Beach area, are going to be using another higher risk of severe weather. This will most likely take place through much of the day on Thursday through early in the evening hours. So right now, again, the chance of chance of severe weather, had a little bit of choke in my throat there. A chance of severe weather, you most likely will see an increased threat of that. But again, our folks down here to the south and even towards the eastern shore of Virginia are going to be in that high risk of severe weather. So a alert day is going to be issued for our Thursday. We're going to continue to monitor this very closely. Again, we may have the potential, it may have to increase this chance of risk of severe weather for Thursday, as it's going to be warm. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s. Compared to last week's system, we had temperature in the 60s, not much energy to deal with, but as warm fuel is firing these storms, this is going to be something we'll be keeping a very close eye on. Once again, you kind of see your color codes reading right here. Thankfully, we're not in that 4 or 5 range. We're at that 1 to 2 general scenario for the chance of severe weather. So a high probability of some significant weather arriving on Thursday. We'll keep you updated on that. And again, for tomorrow, no severe weather expected for Wednesday, as we're going to most likely just see a fairly cloudy day, mild temperatures, as well as a light breeze. So once again, get prepared for the chance of some active days on Thursday. It does appear all this activity is out of here by Friday. So thanks so much for spending part of your afternoon and evening with us. As always, we are the only Martinsville-Henry County 5 p.m. newscast here at your Neighborhood Network, and we're very proud to say that as well. Do stick around with us. We're going to continue some more BTW21 news as we take a quick break, and thanks some of our sponsors.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.